I don't know why I made that question.
I don't know either.
I'm back.
So, with that being said, I'm opening up my foundry to claim my parasist.
That's what I heard.
Not enough inventory space. Alright, I'll deal with that later. So, Lancy, as the beetle wings opened up, you go down with your crew. You return back to the surface to recollect some of your medical supplies that you had left behind when tending to the wound that Winter inflicted on herself. When collecting everything and putting stuff back into its little carrier pouch and whatnot, you are very confident that you are not watching, but seeing what appears to be a robed elderly person, looks more male, standing close to one of the statues, just observing from a distance. That's your cue.
Oh, I don't fucking know what to do for this.
Go die in a hole, asshole.
Hey, wait. Who the fuck are you? That's not a response.
Picks up a stick that he has on the ground, starts using it as a walking stick. Is that how you speak to everyone who passes by your trailers? Very inconvenient and inconsiderate.
That's how I talk to people who don't respond when asked who they are. Because for all I know, you could be someone attempting to do me harm.
Now, why would I do that? What positivity would that bring me? You're bringing yours to an end.
Not necessarily bringing mine to an end, but just harm in general.
Well, harm is a presentation of negativity. So, as I said, what positivity would I get out of making yours an end?
Potential money gain?
At my age. What be you here? I haven't seen anyone scour these ruins and I couldn't tell you how long.
I and my compatriots were sent by the king to find literally anything of value in this tomb.
Oh, you're one of those crypto boys I keep hearing about.
To some extent, I guess, yes.
I've heard good and bad things, but time will determine who and what are true. It's nice to see these here ruins get some love for once. It's not often, if at all. Once beautiful, now to one memory. Fractured by time. I'm rambling again, aren't I?
To some extent, yes.
Well, to some extent. Well, pardon me for asking. How exactly did you manage That. And he points to the what is now the entrance into the undergrounds. That's the first I've seen that in a very, very long time. Longer than seeing people. Here, at least.
That is a question that we aren't entirely sure. Well, I mean, we figured out that the puzzle involved blood, but
That's right, they did say the weight of a sacrifice. I guess that kind of makes sense. Huh. Well then. No. It was just that simple, huh?
well, we had to figure out what to fill. We had to fix that old sundial and raise the.
That thing
Get
hasn't
the
been used in
lights.
forever. Honestly, forgot it was even there. This old thing. And he kind of like just smacks it with his stick.
To be fair, it's quite curious to me that it still actually works.
Well, in theory. Not always supposed to be.
Well, eventually, based on the shift of my knowledge, the shifting of the planet would cause it to become inaccurate.
Doesn't it take several tens of thousands of years to actually make that an effect?
Yes, but species in the ruins of civilizations can survive for that long.
No.
And sundials are one of the simplest forms of time.
But as old as the granny herself.
Just about.
I very slowly start hobbling over to the entrance and he'll look down. I'll be. There's actually still light down there. Sealed away all this time and it still burns. Curious. Am I cutting out again?
No, I'm just.
Okay. I'm gonna actually bring the mic closer.
I have no idea what's happening currently, so I just.
That's okay.
I can't see the screen.
I mean, there's nothing to really see right now. But, at the moment, he's just looking down into the hole. I wouldn't say the hole, but, like, the entrance to the crypt below. You said your compatriots. Where'd be they?
Down in the crypt.
Oh, that might explain the light then. For a moment there, I thought there was still a light down there. Still flame.
That would be quite interesting, but it seems like there was too much, or too little, rather, oxygen for it to burn down there.
Well, fire does require oxygen to produce, and eventually you will run out. Simple science, really.
Yep.
Well, I apologize for making this awkward for you. I'll let you return to your work, and I'll go back to doing my thing. And he'll start walking in a direction. He clearly looks like he has no idea where he's going.
It wasn't really awkward, just unexpected.
Yes, and isn't that awkward in its own way?
To some, I guess, but not how I would consider.
He continues walking in his random direction.
Lancey shrugs and kind of walks down the stairs backwards.
Okay. So, where is your mini? I know I've set it aside somewhere. Where is his bitch ass be? Where is his ass? Is this it right here?
Oh
Yes, it
no,
is.
you're not sure.
See, now there's something to stream. Okay. So you come back down to the spot that you're familiar with, this little room right here. As far as you're aware, it is getting it's pretty dead quiet down here.
The fuck did they go?
As you speak, your voice will echo throughout the hallways, very lightly. No, I don't want to play Magic the Gathering Arena. Why'd you try to open? What the fuck?
It knows you want to play it, Pyro.
It knows I want to play Magic, yes. However, not right now.
Nerd.
Yes, I am. It's kind of why we're here. So, as you look forward, you notice that the door in front of you is already wide open, opening inward into the room. Looking down the hallway, to your right, which would be this way, appears to be a rather large hallway that leads into what appears to be some kind of staircase. And to your immediate left is another room with the door wide open, also going inward.
Alright. I'm gonna go, wait, to the left and to, which one's left and which one's right?
Let me help you out here.
Okay. I'm gonna go peek in the left room door first.
Okay. So with the door wide open, you can see that in the center appears to be some sort of large drained well. Looking down, you can see what appears to be a very large amount of still water, probably a good 50 plus feet downwards, but you can see with what little light you have that there is in fact a liquid down there, and you're pretty confident it's a still water. What's curious is you have two cages, each with numerous skeletons, none of them having a skull, and to your left you have a statue. It appears to be some kind of female figure kneeling with no arms, and very similar to like the huntress from Dead by Daylight kind of mask upon its face.
Joke's on you, I don't know anything about that game.
Give it a quick Google search and you'll get a rough idea of the mask.
That way.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said keep it that way. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Here's Pyro getting ready to show me.
Yes. It's like one of those. Okay,
So,
if you won't do it, I'll do it.
I
And here
actually
I am, about
was
to blow
gonna
up his
do
PC
it.
with my mind.
So you're gonna blow up Pyro's PC with your mind?
Yeah.
No,
Do
my
it, coward.
PC.
Do it, coward. You won't.
Well, now I don't wanna.
Coward.
Bitch,
Yeah, and
that's it. I'm going back to playing online.
Huh? I heard that. I heard that.
What?
heard what?
I heard that smoke alarm beep.
What?
Huh?
I swear
Oh.
to God, in the background of someone's mic, I heard that smoke alarm.
Oh no, that's probably my Kim.
You're schizo.
Don't worry, I'll just play Party of Your Lifetime.
Pyro's going schizo. Anyways, okay, I know what that mask looks like now.
You can't keep getting away
Uh-huh.
with it.
So, I guess religion check?
You can.
I would like to see if I know what religion this mask is from.
Okay.
Just know it.
Where did my D20 go? Don't say away.
Away.
You bastard. Oh, what? Where did it actually go?
That fucking bird that I hate.
Alright, 11 plus. What's my religion? That is a 16 with mods.
Okay. So, it's a very old mask, and judging by its age, it does not support what you do know about it. This mask, or at least this style of mask, is well renowned for a group of mercenaries from way back in the day. By way back, we're meaning several thousands of years. Pretty close to day zero time frame. To where, they were a group of vigilantes that self-proclaimed justice, even though 8 times out of 10 they were just serial killers with morals.
Or doing it for the money.
There was no money, they did it for sport or for pleasure.
Damn. They should have done it for the money. Should work smarter, not harder.
These guys are working. Thought they were just turning their hobby into a career.
Not if they're not getting paid. If there's no money, it's not a career.
Well, who needs money when there's no taxes?
You raise a fair point.
So yeah, that's pretty much the thing of this particular mask. As far as the statue itself, come up empty-handed. It might have been just a display. You're not sure.
Alright. Not touching any of that shit. Maybe unless if I can somehow get the mutant in here, might kick him down the well. But... Or not the mutant, the abomination.
Sparta!
The abomination is what he thinks of them, so... If he can get the abomination in here, might kick the abomination down the well. Anyways... Lancey's gonna head back down and go down the right corridor.
Okay. So paying no mind to the cages.
Oh, well, I guess I'll look at the cages first.
Well, so looking over the
I
cages.
cast Decompose on all of the skeletons without examining any of them. No, I'm just kidding.
It just seems to be a series of humanoid skeletons. Whether they're human or not is up for debate, but they are all headless. You don't see a single skull, but you do see several collections of bones that could make up half a dozen skeletons. Practical full bodies.
Alright. I guess I would like to make a medicine check and see if I can recognize anything in any of the skeletons.
Go for it.
Or well, the corpses. I believe this. Yeah, this is the one I actually have the highest with.
I would hope so as a mortician.
That is 6 plus 9. Well,
So
a
69.
mortician who. Yeah. No. As a mortician who was also formerly a surgeon, mind you, prior to becoming a mortician.
So without much of the head, you can't make too much out. You know that a lot of them are male, but there are several of them that make signs that there could have been females with the wider pelvises.
Hey, wait a minute, that went straight.
And meanwhile, while you're examining these, you'll notice in the corner of your eye that when you turn back to the statue, the mask is gone.
Uh-huh. I could just leave and seal the door. None of these people are my friends. They're all just associates. No one would ever know.
Lancey casually planning out his nope.
That very much does not bode well, and it does not seem like it'd be great to unleash whatever's doing that.
Anything further, or are we going to the next room?
We're going to the next room.
Danny waddled away, waddle waddle. Danny waddled away, waddle waddle. To the very next room. So, coming to the next area, obviously you can see down to the hallway to the left what appears to be a wet or dry dock of some kind, because it looks like a staircase that descends into the water. And directly to your right, you can see a set of stairs that go upwards to a mini platform, would be the right word, to which you will see various rugs, canvases, candles, lamps, all surrounding this very large chair. And in front of the chair, aside from the rug that it's directly under, is a large table that has also various candles and parchments and various things, including coins.
Wait, what was on the table aside from coins and parchments?
Candles and other various items.
Candles and other various items.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Is there anything that looks like it would be of any significance?
Besides the parchments and how old they look, the coins do raise an eyebrow to you. For starters, they're single-faced. And secondly, they definitely don't appear to be made of gold. They're too much on the yellow side, like a very cookie-cutter yellow gold color, without very much of a metallic look to it. And on the single face itself, it is simply just a stamp of what appears to be some kind of beak of a bird. Essentially, imagine a wax seal, but instead of it was made to be a coin.
Are these just wax coins? Such a bizarre thing to create.
And there's every good bit of several dozen of them just littered.
Gonna try and pack up a few carefully so I can transport some without destroying them.
Yeah, go ahead and you just make a little, get a dozen of them.
Alright.
So turning back around, drawing your attention back to the chair. The
chair
looks,
now has the mask in it.
No. The chair, it appears to be some kind of throne or important chair, judging by its sheer size. It does have a silk, I wouldn't even say a cloak, but more of just a small blanket that is just draped across the backrest and slightly to where the bottom seat is. It's like a navy forest green mix. Like a really deep teal.
Man, this is pretty nice. I'll bring this back. Maybe they'll let me keep it if it's not of any importance. And I'm just gonna... What is it? Just a silk blanket?
Mm-hmm. So as you pick it up, two things you point out very quickly. Number one is how clean it is. Number two, its texture. It feels too new.
Did one of the others leave this here? Yeah, it's mine now. I'll tell them the fucking mask ghost took it if I see it. If I see them again. For all I know, that's why they're not down here anymore. I was only talking to that guy for like... Checks imaginary watch. 5 minutes.
Go ahead and make me a perception check real quick. Actually, what's your passive?
What's my passive?
Yeah.
Joke's on you, I probably didn't calculate it for this character.
What's your perception modifier?
Hold on. It is +7.
Okay, so 17. So you would know this very easily. So as you lift the blanket, you notice fairly quickly that there are holes or grooves on the armrests. Taking a closer look at them, appears that something at some point was attached to the sides of this armrest.
Mm-hmm. Is this attached to the sides?
Looking over the blanket, and don't see any wear or tear that would show signs of it being attached to it.
Alright. We'll revisit you mysterious attachment points. I don't have anything for you right now.
Also, with your passive perception of 17, you're fairly confident you can hear in a very, very good distance what sounds like a robotic voice.
Hmm. We didn't have a war forged among us.
Among Us? Among Us.
I can hear you typing and searching for that sound effect right now.
It's not me.
I'm actually not.
What the fuck?
It's not me.
My keyboard's never registered before. This has never been a problem.
Fool. I can hear all. Or he's gonna put in the
In
other
what?
link.
In what? In what direction is the robotic voice? Yeah, I'm putting in the good, Mike, because I finished eating a while ago.
You can't tell the source of it, but you can hear it echoing through the hallways.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding. Me too.
Oh, wait a minute. We did have that one creature with us.
It's sure.
But I didn't think it was a warforge. Unless it's draped in the skin of the... Disgusting. And then Lancy's just gonna... Not really sure where I'm going, but... I'm going.
We
I'm
got
gonna move in a direction. You know what? I'm going down the path untaken.
well, there's two of them.
The path that clearly doesn't have the other player character's tokens
Oh,
on
well,
it.
at the point in time, they're over here.
Well, I'm going to go... Because I'm not in Tabletop Sim, I cannot point and click. But down the path directly in front of Lancy.
Okay, so the dry wet dock. So, as you begin to continue, you're noticing along the walls there are hole slits. And just based off of you understanding basic architecture, these are supposed to be for water wells. At some point, there were supposed to be more put there so that people could go and acquire water. And based on the amount of erosion, the stairs are supposed to end at right around your colors. The water's supposed to be right around here, but based off of obviously it being down here, water levels have clearly lessened.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why that may be is unknown. And also, just for context, these are all braziers.
Are they lit?
No, they are not.
I guess I have to figure out something to test to make sure the water is not deadly. Quickly check some inventory. Specifically, let's check my spell list. I do not have detect poison for some reason, but I do have protection from poison. I'm gonna stick the one of the bolts, the wooden part of one of my bolts for my crossbow, into the water to make sure it's not acidic.
Okay. So as you dip it into the water, it causes ripples, and you just see them expand out. Not much really else happens.
Alright. Now, protection from poison.
Okay.
I'm casting it on myself,
I figured.
and I'm gonna start wading through the water.
Start going into the water?
Yep.
So, you know that cold, warm temperature of that 3 a.m. crisp water drink? That is how this feels.
Humanity restored.
Lancey gains all the benefits of a long rest.
Feels immediately rejuvenated entirely. Quispy. Very quispy.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Rolling.
Not really sure where I'm going, but I'm going.
Oh, are we going left or right?
Left or right, my friend.
You boys can move over here.
Right, because right is always right.
Wrong.
Correct.
Anyway. As you go right, you can see what simply appears to be a little bit of a little makeshift erosion dam of just rubble stopping the water flow from seeping into a new room. And then you have further into the water. It's at this point that you begin to hear a familiar voice.
Ah! It's you! You're still alive! Oh, heavens be blessed!
Is that what Bob Biddledy sounds like?
That's the version that I have made, so yes.
That's just your Warforged voice, isn't it?
Yes.
Also, wait a minute. Kinda hit us with a Bob Biddledy real quick.
Oh,
Say anything with Bob Biddledy's voice.
Run away!
You literally could have done that imitation, Pyro.
Where's the bravado?
He sounds like a 1950s milkman. That's how I've always kind of like imagined him.
And I have no idea what that sounds like.
Just make him sound like a stereotypical 1950s male.
I wouldn't know what that sounds like. I haven't lived in the 50s.
Neither has Kana.
Make him sound like a medieval peasant.
No.
Why
That's
not?
kind of funny.
Medieval peasants are awesome.
Alas, it is you. You're still alive. Blessed be the heavens.
You also could have just been
There
like,
we
hey,
go.
Kana, have Bob Biddledy greet Lancy. Did you not think about that part, Pyro?
Because I don't feel like typing out a script for Kana.
Oh no, could have been more interesting if we just had Kana freeball that greeting.
Okay, well, here's the thing. It's... Whatever. I literally
Just pop.
can't say it.
Just Bob Biddledy.
No, it's not Bob Biddledy.
It's Bob Diddle.
Oh.
It's Bob Diddle E.
Something's different. That's not how you spoke before.
Whatever do you mean? It is me. Also, they're down there.
Nope, your accent. Your accent, your voice has completely changed, and well, yes, you are clearly some form of machine. I'm not entirely certain that the creature you're mimicking was.
Bob
So,
Diddy.
Creature.
yep. We're gonna have a fun moment here. Pyro, I'd like to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Okay. So, upon casting it, let me look at the exact wording of the spell. I know it has specifics. Detect good, not font, good and evil. Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Or
Okay.
nerd.
So, upon casting it, from Bob Biddledy, you don't get anything. However, you do get some kind of sense from your little signature thing.
My what thing?
Hold on. Oh, it's within 30 feet. Okay, never mind then.
Am I within 30 feet of Bob Biddledy?
Oh yeah, you're within 30 feet of it, but what I was about to say, yeah, you're not going to be able to detect this.
Yeah, it have to be within 0.2 inches.
He's an aberration.
He's a bitch.
Huh?
Said he's a bitch.
Who's an aberration? What?
I was making a joke about the not Bob Biddledy thing.
Ah.
But where have you been? You've missed all the fun. The others are currently down in that hole right there. They believe that's where the treasure is.
Do I look like a cave dive to you? Alright.
Takes a look around at his surroundings. Nods.
That was a stupid question. However, let me ask you one. With this very telegraphed move, I'd like to use my warhammer and strike this thing.
Okay.
10 plus. I'm assuming it's strength mod.
The Warhammer, yeah.
Is there probably like 40 cave?
No. No.
Would you like there to be?
Yes.
Could I have 40k? That's an 11 to hit.
Let me see what this thing's... Stats are. Yep, that'll hit.
Don't be beating up Bob Biddley.
I'm like 90% sure at this point this is not actually Bob Biddledy.
I'm 900% sure that Bob Biddledy is not Bob Biddledy.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
Diddle-dee, diddle-dum.
Diddy!
I'm also...
Diddy, diddle,
Shut
dum,
up!
did,
You
dum.
don't get to talk about Diddy. You don't know who Diddy is. I'm using the versatile, so it's
Guys.
specifically a
Guys,
Yes.
specifically a D10.
hold on.
Since this is my main weapon, I have proficiency with it, right?
Should.
You hear that?
Okay. What would my
More like
proficiency
wood.
be?
Hear that, guys?
No.
No, we don't hear anything. We hear you talking.
Is the proficiency? Oh, kind of has a fucking tornado alarm.
Okay, question mark?
Is the proficiency just +1 because it's strength?
No, your proficiency is your proficiency.
I ain't even here yet, and it's already...
Oh wait, my pro bow. That is +3. All right, that's an 8 with the proficiency and the dice.
Well, your proficiency is what you roll to hit with. Your damage is your damage.
That's what I just asked, and you told me no.
Okay, I might have been confused then because I just now had to mute Kana because there's so much stuff going on. So one more time for me, now that I properly have my attention.
Because it is a warhammer, is strength the proficiency?
So, to hit, it is the d20 plus your strength modifier, and if you're proficient with it, you add your proficiency. If and when you hit, you then do the damage.
Does damage include proficiency, or
No.
am I misremembering?
You're misremembering.
Okay. Then it is 5 on the d10.
Okay.
I'm swinging this bitch with both hands.
Okay. Fuck, I need Gulp's sheet because their health is based off of them.
Start throwing hands.
So they have their intelligence modifier plus 5 times your artificer level. And go figure, Kana doesn't have a markdown. What level are all of you?
5?
5,
Okay.
yeah.
5. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25 plus their intelligence modifier, which is
It's actually fun.
plus 5, so that's another 30. Plus 2 is 32. Okay. And you said you did 5 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So you essentially just clonk Bob Biddledy right on the head.
Ow! That wasn't very polite, now was it?
Did it sound like metal when I hit him?
It sounded like metal pipe sound. Sean, do the thing.
No.
Oh.
Bruh.
Yeah, just go through
I
here.
thought
Go through the whole. Go through the whole library again.
No,
You'll get it eventually.
I thought I had it. I don't have it on this.
Look, Gordon.
I think at some point my things got reset and I stopped having it.
Look, Gordon, ropes.
Look, Gordon. Ropes. Look, Gordon. Ropes. Except only a rope. We could use. Help me, Gordon.
Here, I'll get it.
Yeah, that's Bob Biddledy when he hits the floor.
Oh shit, that was Bob Biddledy.
Keep going.
Why, yes, I am. I thought we made this very apparent.
I was not expecting the sudden change in vocal patterns. You'd be surprised at how often previously as a surgeon and surprisingly as a mortician, you encounter creatures trying to fake being other creatures.
Well, when I'm in freelance mode, I tend to have different things to do. But, nonetheless, I'm still me. So, do you need any assistance while you're out in these waters? Do you need assistance coming out?
I need you to go into the hole first. We're both gonna go in after them.
I was told not to. I was told to mend these
I'm
air
giving-
ropes.
Look, Gordon, ropes!
On
Feels... Something feels off.
Whatever do you mean?
yeah. Entirely
Understandable, safety is important.
Yes, as you should.
So... The other one with you, Gulp, I believe.
Master Gulp. Yes.
Never called Gulp Master before, that's...
Well, loose term.
Gaslight.
So...
Nightmare.
Pulls out the Lancey reaches into his coat. I'm going to
Lancey
use the
gets a nightmare.
I'm going to use the forbidden spell. Pulls out a fucking Glock. Or not a Glock, but like a 357 Magnum. You didn't expect this. Puts a fucking grapefruit-sized hole in Bob Biddley.
Bob Diddleby.
Straight to hell.
There's a severe thunderstorm warning out for us now.
Okay, so we can go back up.
Well, there's no tornado watch. So there's just a.
Back to muted.
So, as you enter into this room that Bob Bealdy has been apparently in for a good while, you notice that there are several coffins that are very similar to sarcophagus if they were made out of stone. They're very fine stone.
So... I'm gonna walk over to the sarcophagus.
Which one?
As I move around.
Because you got one here.
There.
There was one here.
The one nearest to me, but I'm not gonna break my line of sight from Bob Biddledy.
Okay.
Never turn your back to Bob Diddleby.
Did he?
I'm gonna, while keeping my front towards Bob Biddledy, open the sarcophagus.
So, do you have a way to crack it open?
Fucking Warhammer time, baby!
wrong way when I said crack. I'm also meaning like imagine like the heavy. You've played Skyrim, the old coffins, how you have to like move the whole front off of it. I mean, you could make me just a straight strength check.
I mean, I could probably, if I damage my shield, perform a motherfucker, or use it like a crowbar, but I don't believe I have anything that would act as a crowbar.
Okay, in that case, just make me a strength check.
Explorer's pack, weirdly. God damn it, I keep dropping my dice. That is a 9 with
Not 0.
odds.
So
I don't have a -1, Sean.
it was on the floor.
No. We've never agreed to that rule as a table.
So, as you are struggling to get this thing open, Bob Biddledee will get next to you and help you push it open, which will reveal a skeleton wearing very common clothes while having their hands across their chest bearing a shield and a sword. Judging by their attire, this is possibly a low-ranking guard's uniform.
Religion check. Do I see any symbols on the
No
on the
symbols.
shield? Can I
It is
perform
just
a
a-
medicine check to see if this person died of natural causes or anything else?
You can make an attempt. Go for it.
That is a 15 plus 9.
You're not seeing any stains or anything to the clothes or armor. It's very clean and well kept, possibly preserved. Judging by bone structure, it could be potential that they died of natural causes. Because there's no malformities or anything.
Alright. Bob Biddledee opened the next coffin in line.
Right away, sir. Sir, yes.
Yes.
Right away, sir.
We've had this discussion before. You were present.
Never hurts to double check.
So he'll go ahead and just... where's my dice? Ritz toasted. Move. I need my dice. Not sponsored. Is that a fucking natural 20? I swear to fuck. God damn you. Natural 20. I don't have a 20 on my thing. It's a symbol, so I had to double check. Yeah, that's a natural 20. So with ease, just move this one, just slide it over. Looking into this one, you can tell very easily that this is what appears to be some kind of woman, just from attire alone, and a smaller skeleton, easily a fraction of her size. Close to where the left thigh would be.
Is that a baby skeleton you just described next to this woman?
You could assume.
I'd like to make another medicine check to see if that's a baby or a smaller race.
Yeah, go for it.
That is another 15 plus 9.
Judging by skull size, it is a baby. And the fact that the plates are not melded.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's probably many other factors, because a halfling is still gonna be bigger than a
Correct,
baby.
but there are some races that are very tiny, like gnomes, but adults will still have an adult-sized skull. Yes, this is indeed a baby, and what you can assume to be a mother.
Shame.
Is it just me, or does this seem familiar?
I think it's just you, Bob.
Understood.
Now, the next coffin. I'm assuming the babe either died after the mother perished, or the babe died before the mother perished.
So, let's see, Bob Biddledy. He'll crack open the next one, and this one just appears to be a very cookie cutter, like medieval Celtic peasant folk male attire, with like the milk farmer's white cap and the rags.
Alright. Anything look out of the ordinary?
Not that you can see of.
Anything religious?
No.
Alright, now the next one.
Next one he cracks open, and easiest way to describe this is Shaolin monk.
Now this is different. I'd like to make another medicine check.
Yep.
How that is a 9 plus 9.
So, again, looks preserved, looks very normal. Most of these people appear to be, just based off of looks, casual burials.
Strange.
This is more and more beginning to feel very familiar. What do you call it?
So,
Deja vu?
I don't see the correlation.
I feel like I've done this before.
Rob Graves?
Open these.
Bob Biddledy. How
That was
long
my
ago
name.
were you constructed?
Long ago.
Yes. I assume you would know your own birth year. Or, well, what
Kinda,
would
how
you
long has it
consider-
been?
Oh, Kana's muted. God damn it. Because I genuinely don't know. God damn. Just for the sake of getting things moving along, I don't know it, but we're gonna say that he says the correct time.
Well, I'm looking for more what seems like the reasonable amount of time. Because I also don't know it as a character, but these coffins have clearly been dead for a long time.
Right.
And this tube's been sealed for a long time, and he said this was familiar. So I'm trying to see if this is actually a Crypt Keeper machine that's acting like Bob Biddledy. Because I'm sure if it's... Because we've got that diminished dark vision effect, I probably wouldn't notice that it's not actually Bob Biddledy physically.
Well, he is close enough that you could see it.
Yeah, but I don't see colors right now.
Fair.
Because it's dark vision.
That also is
It's
true.
just shades of gray.
Right, grayscale.
And any sufficiently human enough Warforge, especially considering my character's never paid attention to Bob Biddledy's clothes, would look like Bob Biddledy to me.
One time we actually need Kana. I'm gonna pause recording while we wait. How old is Bob Biddledy?
He's at least around like what 6 years maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about all this. It's not planned.
Approximately around 6 years, I believe. More or less.
Alright. Pyro, from my medicine checks, and my mortician skill, actually.
These things are beyond hundreds of years old. These things are artifact level preserved.
Hold up. We're actually busting out my skill because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Morticians of the olden days sometimes have to conduct themselves like doctors. You can accurately estimate within a small margin of error the time of death of bodies.
Yeah.
All right. Within reason, I will put.
Obviously, however, I wanted to see how you would take that, just because it might be funny.
If it was a recently deceased, I would give you that. But like when we're talking hundreds of years, you're not gonna tell what fucking time it is. Cleopatra died approximately around lunchtime.
Come on, Pyro. We're not the most serious group.
Smokes fucking Sherlock Holmes pipe.
I had to try.
Which is good. I like that. I genuinely like that. That caught me off guard. And Bob Biddledy says he's about 6 years old. Give less or more. Clearly, this entire establishment is older than that.
Okay, Bob, riddle me this.
Bob Biddle me this.
If this place, these skeletons, as a mortician, I can tell you, they are easily hundreds, and I mean, like, we're talking 7, 8, 9, if not thousands of years old. How could you, a 6-year-old being, remember opening these coffins before?
It feels familiar, like we've done it before.
We as in you or Gulp, or we as in you and me?
We, as in a collective group.
As in all of us?
Yes. I believe it was, well, the old one that was cracking open these last time with my assistance. Which, by the way, I cannot seem to find him again. He likes disappearing.
Who is the old one, Bob?
I believe you refer to him as Ornthalis.
The old man.
The elf, the knife ear.
Racist!
Yes.
And
Touche.
also, canonically, Lancey doesn't actually say that. I said that in Lancey's voice.
Canonically, I am racist.
Racist.
And
Yes.
Hi, could you sign my petition?
Sign a petition or I'll follow you home and kill your fucking dog.
Oh god, oh my god.
Will you sign my petition or I'll be your next of kin?
No.
The timing.
What did she say?
No.
Oh, come on. Just sign the damn petition.
so Ornithalis opened. Did Ornithalis reseal the sarcophagi?
I do not recall that, no. Strong guess, no. He did not reseal them.
Then did you reseal the sarcophagi?
Absolutely not. I was helping the others descend down into that hole, and then I heard you in your footsteps. Well, paw steps.
Bob, who resealed the sarcophagi?
Good question. An answer I will not look for.
Let us journey back to sarcophagi 1.
Now, which one will be labeled one?
The one we first opened.
Understood.
I'm also going to look at 2 and 3 as we walk past.
Okay. So, as you return back to 1, which is the guardman,
Mm-hmm. Is it resealed?
it is not.
Hey, did you guys know that Quill's playing Terraria T-Mod Loader?
Hey, just a heads up, Will's playing T-Mod Loader, apparently.
Just a heads up, did you unpause the stream, Pyro?
Yes. As soon as I asked Bob Biddledy's name. And not name, but age.
Hey, what's Bob Biddlesy's name? What's Obama's last name?
I'm actually convinced there's people who genuinely don't know Obama's last name. It's fucking Barack.
Baraka.
Baraka Obama?
Yeah, it's Barack Hussein Obama.
Good Christ. Alright, anyway. Y'all need therapy.
No, you said it first. I just continued.
I made a Mortal Kombat joke!
Yeah, you said Baraka. Actually, buddy, it's a striker.
Cabal.
I don't know any of these characters. I can't get into
Rain.
the Mortal.
Baraka is the
Nope.
one with the hella fucking wacky teeth and the knives that come out of his forearms.
Like a really shitty Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage.
I know Johnny Cage.
What
Oh,
in the
yeah.
actual...
New York City.
What in the actual fuck? Good evening, Johnny Cage.
Isn't that from the new one where
Where
what's his
Liu
face
Kang-
is a time god?
Where Liu Kang becomes the next Elder God and reboots the entire universe. Yes. He pretty much makes Mortal Kombat what it was supposed to be before Shao Kahn created a paradox.
But didn't he also change around who a bunch of people were? Like, Sub-Zero became Scorpion or some shit?
It follows the original arcade system's story. It is a literal reboot of the original arcade game.
And then
is-
added in a home
but
run.
I thought Scorpio I thought the Scorpio we knew was always Scorpio.
So Scorpion was a ninja that was a rival person of who Sub-Zero's clan was, and they were constantly at war. And then upon certain events, Hanzo's soul became I forget the specifics, but essentially he became Scorpion and killed Sub-Zero, who then became Noob Saibot, and his younger brother became the new Sub-Zero. But anyway, so you return to this sarcophagus. It appears to be exactly how you left it.
So, I'm going to walk out that door at the far end, and let's take another look. The door towards the bottom of the map from your current perspective.
Okay. So you go down here. So you see...
I'm gonna wait a minute.
So you see right here is obviously where your little seat was. And to your left, over here, you see there's just a space there. Like something is supposed to be there, but there's just not. There's no reason for stairs just go up into a blank area. There's got to be a reason for it. There's got to be a reason why it was there, but there's just fucking nothing there.
Pre-planned expansion. Good on them. After waiting about a minute, I'm gonna walk back to that to the coffin closest to me.
That's exactly how you left it.
Now to the far coffin.
Exactly how you left it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning to pick up entity signals. They appear to be at the farthest end of the room. Right around there.
And he points to the general direction of where the chair is.
I should have left when I had the chance.
Analysis signals that they are not in any hostility manner. However, they do not appear to be moving.
Alright.
Gulp ensured that I let them know anytime I detected a new entity signal, as we have detected many so far. One of which like to use these here sarcophagus as ping pong tables, I believe is the correct analogy you would like to use.
What?
They bounce back and forth. We go to this one, then to that one, then to that one, and then that one, and then that one, and that one, and then they just bounce around. And then there are times where they just stand there. But no one has yet to see them.
Okay, ghost. That's great. That's fine.
Not once have we encountered one that seemed to be hostile. Most of them appear to be some level of shy.
Bob, approximately how much length of rope did all of them use?
Approximately all of it.
How much was all of it, foot-wise?
Well, I believe the bundle that I was handed was 50 feet long. With maybe about 4 feet left of slack.
Is there only one rope?
Yes.
What's it secured to? I look at the blank middle of the room.
Originally, it was me.
Did we just drop their rope down?
Operator, we may have a problem.
Oh, god damn it, Order. Wrong franchise. I just muscle memory in Warframe.
Operator.
Anyway.
So, did we trap their rope down?
I'm assuming by your tone of language that we do not have another.
Well, that
No.
depends on the question. Or on the answer to the question.
Being that I'm no longer holding onto the rope, and gravity is a thing, I'm assuming yes.
Gravity is merely a theory, Bob.
Understood.
Weirdly, a theory is crazy.
I did not actually say that as Lanty. I just can't resist these jokes.
Gravity is only a theory. As per Sir Isaac Newton, only a theory.
I mean... Let's go take a look.
Right away.
So, Sean, be honest. How much did that line fuck with me because of the line? Did that actually sound like Ortis?
Did not sound like Ordis that much.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Cetus, do not drink the kombucha.
Operator, you might not want to answer that.
We're out in space.
At least, like, be right back.
Okay.
Really, I'll be right back. We keep getting tornado warnings, and we're getting hail up here, and we're down in the basement stuck and hoping our house doesn't get destroyed.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Okay. Operator, make sure you return covered in blood. So, as you approach the hole, looking down, you can see what remains to be a torch of some kind. You can see it just glittering against some metal shrapnel that appears to be down there. Don't see much. But to your surprise, you also don't see a rope.
Mm-hmm. Rope's not down there, Bob. Can I make a history check? Was he actually holding a rope when I came in?
Yeah, he was indeed holding a rope. He let it go, and he walked up to you, from what you can remember.
You said you were supposed to be minding the rope, but as soon as I came in, you dropped it.
Is he some type of stupid?
Miscalculation on my behalf.
Look, still, my bad, Chief.
My bad, Sarge.
Oh, sorry. What are you gonna say about that, Chief?
Sorry, Tenno.
Sorry. Am I a sorry title now?
Oh, yeah. There's no rope down there, but you remember him having a rope. Where's the rope, Ainsley?
Is he stupid? Did he eat the rope?
If you let go of the rope when I came in, but the rope's not down there, And the rope's not here on the floor. Where's the rope?
Time paradox?
No. I've read about those once. This doesn't seem right. We would have encountered ourselves by now. Unless that's what the entities are.
Very unlikely. None of you can seem to be running at that speed very quickly.
Yeah, but the time paradox would distort the perception of the other us and the other part of it.
Ability remembers now. We started at that one. And then worked our way down this line. Then came and did that one and that one. And then investigated this one. Shortly after I saw you.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm still curious, but Lancy reaches it. Gonna cut to the others. I'm not sure where I want to go.
Okay. So, at this point,
Turn off Bob.
So at this point,
Turn off the voice mods.
Again, misclick. So at this point, Sean, since you're the only one remaining of the original crew, you are also back up to the surface to where you last left off from the previous time. There is no Bob. There is no Lancy.
Wait. As in surface, as in.
You're back where so you are where Victoria is, but they are both not here.
Is there anyone else here next to me, or just
Nope.
myself?
Well, you have Winter, Ornthalis, and Gulp. But to your surprise, also that all of the sarcophagus are sealed. And you definitely remember opening them because you participated.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. Winter.
Aneva.
This isn't an odd sense of deja vu, is it?
You're not the only one.
No.
But not only
So
that,
this-
but I get a sense that we're not alone. As she points to the statue that is right here, it is now turned around and facing you guys. With the mask on. And for context, Victoria, no, there was no statue there for you to see.
Take a
Okay.
mask off. Mask off.
Mask up? Okay, holding G.
Skip bitch.
Alright, so you're gonna smack the mask off?
No. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can perhaps turn the statue around.
Make me a strength check. You're gonna need one hell of a good roll.
Oh, I was basically checking if, there was.
Oh, if it's not a swivel? Yeah, no, it's... Just looking at it, it appears to be one with the floor.
Oh. Can I tip it? Or is it just solid?
Solid.
Ah,
But you also remember very distinctly it facing the opposite direction.
yeah. Yeah, that's my issue with it. Hmm. I'm going to say let's run away. Let's leave. um, well, I do not like this statue.
Because this is the third time now you've seen it change.
Yep. I have an idea. Winter,
Really? What is it?
we're gonna turn around and close our eyes for a second. You you want to do that just for me?
But why?
Just I have a punch. Not something I get very often, but you. I
All
mean,
right.
it's something simple.
So, yeah, she's gonna turn around, close her eyes.
You're gonna turn around and close his eyes. All right, now turn back around. He's gonna go ahead, turn back around, and look at the statue.
How long do you wait before you do that?
Not even like 2 seconds.
You're gonna turn around, close your eyes, and then just whip back around.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that, and it's back to the way it should have been.
Gotcha, bitch!
Caught you lacking!
Mm.
Just
Start blasting, just block with the switch. Well, it moves when we're not looking at it. Lovely.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
welcome back. So essentially, the only thing that's changed since Victoria switched us back to us. So it is Arnthalis, Winter, Gulp, and Aneva. The statue had the mask on and was facing you when it originally was facing away. Aneva had an idea. Everyone turned around, closed their eyes, and then whipped back around. And when Aneva whipped back around, it was back to the way it should have been.
So we still have no idea what's going on.
To an extent. Aneva has finally cracked what really resets the statues if it decides to move or change.
It's afraid of the ugly. Hiya.
Well, if that's the case, okay. Gonna bring up Gulp.
Look at it!
The statue grows legs and runs away.
Just like the fucking with the cop. The fucking cops from SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
Look at it!
All right.
Look at it!
So, what are we doing?
Well, um, I'm going to assume I have no fucking idea. I've never dealt with fucking statutes that just reset time on me.
Well,
do you think our odds are that we're going to be able to just walk out of here?
Not like the odds that we just walked in here.
I was afraid of that.
I mean, we could simply try. You want to just try? See if we can?
We could make an attempt. So you go.
Leave!
Leave! 10-0. Find extraction. So you return back to the start, and not to your surprise, the entrance is closed.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Any other bright ideas?
Wait a minute. Sarcophagi are closed.
They are.
Did it change anything when we, opened it? Besides,
Well, there was the one time when we were observing that, guard sarcophagi, and it turned its head to face us. That's about it. Gulp claimed that the mask it wore was at once sitting on the executioner's chair. It appears to have 3 main spots it likes to occupy.
So are you telling me we're stuck in here like some gosh dang Vienna sausages?
Well, as of right now. Not to mention, you still don't know where your robot is.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Clancy.
Yep.
You're detecting another entity, and they appear to be at the main entrance.
You know what, Bob? Let's head to the entrance.
So, as you head to the main entrance, there's absolutely nothing there. I'm still detecting it. It's right here. Matter of fact, it's exactly right here.
Are we in like a different spiritual plane, which is why we can't interact, which is why there's like a tube thing going on here?
Simple thought.
I'm fuckery.
Pyro.
Hello.
I cast Dispel Magic.
I cast Dick Twist.
So, you cast Dispel Magic, and like a water wave just crashing down on everything. You reveal a version of the dungeon as if it is run down, old, abandoned, ruined, and revealing your friends. To which, to the other people, like, suddenly there's Lancy and Bob Biddledy.
Boo, bitch.
I ought to take whoever's responsible for this down and hit them with a sack of potatoes.
Did no one bring disruption spells aside from me?
I think you're the only spellcaster here.
No, I can cast magic.
You don't cast spells?
I'm a knight. Why does everyone keep
I can-
thinking I'm a priest?
I can cast magic.
Lancey just gestures to her outfit.
She's currently wearing full plate mail.
To be fair,
You
one thing's
weren't
time at
wearing
night.
that a minute ago.
You're right. Once we started enduring sandworms, I switched. I don't casually walk into battle wearing an acolyte's clothing.
Entirely understandable. It's very impractical.
Well, how are we going to get out of here?
That's going to be our next question. Because we got what we came for. It's just a matter of getting the hell out of here.
The door won't open. The door only opens from the outside.
And so it may seem.
I
Megatron!
swing at the not Bob Biddledy.
It's not possibility. You actually hear that echoing through the walls.
Okay.
The man in the ball!
All right.
Bob Biddledy just catching strays at this point.
I would also like to hit Bob Biddledy. I would like to pile drive him with a fucking chair.
And Dave is like, oh, that looks fun. Allow me. Just
Gulp at this point. It's like, stop bopping my biddly.
Okay, I would like to hit Gulp then. Steel folding chair.
I approve of this.
Stop.
You don't get to approve.
Stop bopping my
You just
biddly.
But you hear that voice being to echo throughout.
I've had just about enough of this hoo-ha. Who is responsible for all this? You best go on out and show yourself.
Showing myself to nothing of you is merely just the entertainment I need to truly trust one's soul, to which the inevitable appeases. You aren't once welcome nor wanted. Yet here you are disturbing my family. Not once, but twice. You were warned the first time. You were warned the second time. You were warned a third time. And yet you still persist. You had your open chance to open the leisure of leaving.
What warning? There might have been a miscommunication.
No,
We can
he's
easily
talking about all them illusions and stuff that we were seeing. There was warnings.
We can easily reseal the coffins. We did not mean to disturb anyone. We were sent here by the current ruler of these lands to find a hero's treasure.
The hero's treasure you will not find here. For there are no heroes laid here. Now again, you were warned numerous times.
And as
there
the
seems to be a linguistic problem.
and as he says warnings, the voice goes from echoing to a consolidated voice that is directly behind you.
To Darth Vader. Oh.
To reveal, like, right behind you through smoke, a simple young man wearing a red silk cloak, wearing the exact same mask that has been on all the statues.
I steel chair Bob Biddledy.
I Bob Biddledy the guy in the mask.
No, I
use Bob Biddledy as the steel folding chair.
It is now canon. Bob Biddledy has a mode called Bobbit. It all has to do with his head.
25.
No, it's just bop it. Just fucking head pat him, twist his head, pull his head.
Twisted pop.
Stop bopping ability.
Shoot it.
Ooh. Extend it. Load it.
Load it.
Shoot it.
Shoot it.
Book it.
No.
Bake
Shoot
it.
it.
Eat it.
No. What did we say before shoot it?
Load it.
Load it.
Aim it. Is
Shoot
the
it.
next line.
Shoot it. I said shoot it.
But anyway. You had your warnings. I tried to be peaceful. Most would be common sense and leave. It's such an uncomfortable experience.
Times have changed. What might be warnings when you were alive might now just be strange occurrences to us.
He simply stands there silent, kind of tilting his head lightly to the left. So tell me.
Tell you what.
You make these provocative claims. Yet here you still stand with stolen goods.
Coins, I can return them.
No. That one. Points to Winner. Nothing to stay for yourself, huh?
What do you have?
She kind of just like looks at everyone, just gives a very strugglish sigh, and passes forward to Lancy a simple bag of holding they have.
Okay. It would help if you took the item out.
You're the one closest to him.
I don't know what I'm looking for. I just arrived. I'm gonna take the bag and start just taking each item out one by one.
It's
Whatever
literally
it is.
it's literally everything you actually came for.
I don't know what everything we actually came for is.
The shield, the sword, the amulet, the gauntlet.
Okay.
When did you take this stuff?
So,
Did you not see it lying on the floor when we were down there?
here's
I
my
was-
proposition. I will put all of this back. You can have her, and the rest of us will leave.
We ain't about to sacrifice one of our own.
You can stay here too.
Maybe it's just me, but I care about people, you know. We don't turn our backs on folks.
I'm a doctor. I am a former doctor, so yes, I do very much care about people.
Doctor.
I became a mortician because we needed... What part of general practice surgeon do you not understand?
The part where I don't understand that. But you said doctor. Yes.
Okay. In Philly, sometimes, depending on what region you grew up in, you might call a doctor a surgeon. You might call a surgeon you might call a doctor's office a surgery, which would be worked by a surgeon. Sometimes that happened. However, professionally, when I started my career in the medical field, I was training to be a doctor. I did become a doctor. I transitioned to being a mortician because we do, or where I was, needed one, and at that time we had plenty of doctors. So I took up the role as the Undertaker, being the least experienced of all the other doctors. I still helped with the doctor practices, but I primarily focused on dressing the bodies for either disposal if they were plague-ridden, or getting them ready for proper burial if they were not.
So
I
you're a
literally
doctor.
carried
Yes.
was a doctor.
Was.
Well,
Do you no longer
was
practice?
is. It's a thing of semantics at this point, but yes. Yes to both. And practice, not in the last couple of years.
So you are no longer worthful.
No, because I have kept up on my medical knowledge.
So you are still in practice.
Those two are not mutually inclusive, because I have read the books, I have helped train some younger doctors in the new techniques, and have conferred with other doctors in new techniques, in new practices, but not directly implemented them myself.
So, to put it simply as I am trying to infer, you are a doctor. Yes?
Yes.
Follow me.
Oh wait, was that the guy asking me?
Yes! The entire time he was like, you're a doctor.
No, you sounded like Winter's doing that. You didn't distinguish the voice.
Could say either. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say
What?
that. I'm not gonna say that. That was
Say
a
it,
really
John.
stupid idea. That was a really stupid idea.
Say it, John. Say the dumb idea.
No. I choose to keep my mouth shut. For the betterment of everyone around me.
Alright. Yes, I will follow him then.
Is anyone going to follow, Lancey and this individual?
You know what? Why the fuck not?
I guess I'm gonna follow too.
Okay. So, he leads you each back to the sarcophagus room. And among the third crack right here, you see that he begins pushing around rubble to reveal a sarcophagus that was once here, with the body very much deformed, broken, and just overall destroyed due to the fact that, well, it caved in. I can take care of her burials, but what are the odds that you can repair this? Referring to the body.
It will take time, but I
More than
could.
plenty.
Is there any way we could light up the facility better? I'd need much more lights to ensure I'm reconstructing correctly.
Instantly, all the lights go on. Every candle in the room, every brazier.
Is it bright
Clap
light
on.
now?
It is.
Clap
Like,
It is You get flashbangs from how instantaneous it is.
so it's like daylight bright now.
It is. You are outside in the middle of the day, bright.
And Neva is blind now.
Oh, fuck. You ain't wrong. Somebody said the fucking did the clap on shit and fucking blinded him.
Yeah.
Yes, this is much better. Is there a table I could use?
It's been behind you the entire time. And he makes a gesture, and you look behind you, and there is a perfectly good stone altar table that is just in the middle.
Could you carefully help me move the body?
So, piece by piece, you begin recollecting the body, all of its clothing, all of its items,
Brick by brick.
judging by just overall what's there. You could tell that this is possibly some elderly person.
Ah, shit.
It's grandma.
Guys, guess who doesn't have mending?
You know who does have mending?
Aneva. Wait a minute, Aneva's a paladin. Of course he doesn't. Does Gulp have mending?
Hmm?
You said you know who does have mending?
Yeah.
Who does, Sean?
I don't fucking know. Why'd you ask? I was asking you.
God damn it. You're an asshole.
No, I have mending.
What class is Aneva?
A fucking paladin.
But paladins don't have cantrips.
Wait, what? Hold on. Check that shit.
As someone who has played 2 paladins in our time together, paladins don't have cantrips.
Hold on, let me check that. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the
Greg
wrong? I'm think I'm looking at the wrong spellbook.
Greg had messaged because Pyro allowed me to, because his grandfather was a wizard and he was taught how to perform magic by his grandpa. So it was a thing that made sense in lore, and it was a simple utility spell that can or can't be broken depending on how you use it, but Greg only used it like a grand total of 1 time.
I'm waiting on you, Sean.
Oh. Like for real?
Do you have
Yes.
mending?
Oh.
Oh, I
Of
do.
course
I
we're
have it.
waiting on you for real. You said let me check.
On God, brother, I did not know.
I have it.
Okay.
Confirmed. Got one with mending right there.
Now go. I'm going to piece the body back together very carefully. Then then... Hold on. Does anyone know the spell of repair? I don't have it in my current... I don't have its ingredients on me currently, and I did not think that I would need to bring it with me. It's not one that I had to use often, so I did not properly memorize it. But I do need it for this. I'm going to carefully arrange the body, then I would need someone to, as I tell them to, use it to mend the pieces back together.
I can do my best with mending.
Alright? You will only touch when and as I tell you. I'd like to make a medicine check to start carefully putting the corpse back together.
I'll have you both make me a medicine check.
Alright.
Well, Gulp's working off my instructions when I tell them to. Does Gulp actually need to make a medicine check? Because I'm the one arranging it. Gulp's just, as each
Okay.
piece is put back together, mending it when I tell them.
I'll take that argument. Yeah, that's fine.
Nat 29, let's go.
Okay. So, piece by piece,
Brick by brick.
brick by brick, you design your own algorithm.
How cute. Brick by brick. Suck by brick.
So, you eventually put and piece together body parts to get the entire skeleton back into anatomic order. And then over time, you then do it again with
Very carefully guiding Gulp on the casting of repairing this. Sorry, did I interrupt you as you were thinking?
No, you're fine. So, after piecing together the skeleton, you piece together then clothing, and within time, you finally have pretty much a body very much like the others in the other sarcophagus. Very nice. Very nice indeed. It only took 3,219 years. But finally, help was found.
How long ago did this cave-in happen?
Cave-in?
The corpse, there were bits of rubble? What? I was just confused. I assumed it was a cave-in. This place is buried.
Well, it once was an ancient tomb to my family. It became the main headquarters for an assassins group. One that I single-handedly took care of to ensure my family's peace. And over time, more people found their bodies and believed this to be a burial ground. And they decided to put one in particular amongst my family. I removed it. But it seems you all found it.
And in particular amongst your family. But that's...
The one you claim to be a hero.
Oh. Yeah, we can take him off
No
your
need.
hands.
He's already taken care of.
Is he in the bottom of the well?
No. Just be grateful that you're not having to deal with him yourselves. In exchange for your service, well, I have myself some peace at last to reform my tree. You could take those items as payments.
Alright. And I'd have one more thing I'd like to proposition. Would you like us to destroy the entrance to here, or are you, in some semblance, still living and coming and going?
The fact that you even found the entranceway is beyond my understanding. Clearly someone left behind clues for you to know the puzzle code.
It's the, something to do with the one they call the hero.
Indeed. Which is mildly amusing how they phrased it that way, when quite literally it was a very basic practice in my time. You pay in blood to offer service.
But we could fairly easily just destroy the sundial or the scarab if you'd like us to on our way out. No one would ever be able to disturb you again.
Well, you're the first in, I'd say, a couple 100 years that actually stuck around. Whether you're stupid or stubborn, I don't know. But
Probably a combination of both, collectively. Looking at
I see where this is
those,
going a mile away.
looking at those two pointing at Gulp and Winters, stupid. Looking at him, mix of both, points at Aniva. Just making a guesstimate off the fact, or guess based off the fact that Neva's a drow. I don't think that one technically has any form of intelligence, points at Bob Biddledy.
Bob Diddleby.
Me, I was actually looking for these ones. I at least wanted to confirm they were dead before leaving.
Well, either way, if you want to close it, then by all means, just know you're making more work for me. I do have those that like to pay their respects and visit every once in a while.
Well, we won't damage it then, but we can just close it back up and reset the puzzle.
That would be more preferred.
However, your sundial may need some repair. It broke while we were carefully. The mechanism that allows it to be posed. It appears to have rusted and, well, not recklessly, but not quite careful. Somewhere a little more towards careful, but definitely somewhere in between. Attempting to remove the peg that holds it in. A few parts of it, due to it being, well, over 3,000 years old, became quite damaged.
Oh, yes, the teeth. No, you fixed it. Thank you.
No, I didn't realize that they actually got fixed. I thought a couple of them broke off.
No,
just kind of wedged some in there.
There was meant to be 12 posts, as there are 12 hours to a day, yes?
Yes. Okay, so they were just, the dirt was taken out. I thought I saw a couple of the teeth come off.
This comment.
Is there anything else you would like to inquire about before you depart?
So, If this isn't the burial ground of a hero, who were you then?
Well, myself and who you are looking for are two different people. I am what is commonly referred to as what you are looking for, the Sunbound King. What you are after is someone who tried to use my name. I am simply just one who had served for the Christiaries many, many years ago before the Great Slaughter, or Massacre, or whatever they call it these days. Hard to keep up. But then again,
Was not my religion, did not know.
well, I've been around for many millennia. I've watched the Christiari be born, and that was when I departed. I am the youngest amongst all these that are buried. While some may call me a god, I refer to myself as someone cursed. I did not wish to have the life of immortality, and I simply watched my family grow and die off. I've tried to find a nice peaceful place for them to be buried so that I can visit them and pay my respects and simply be one with my family should my time come. Unfortunately, I doubt that day will come. I helped ensure that the Christiari were to be thriving, trying to find myself a new family. But then what had happened. To ensure the life of my own to stay remaining, I took into hiding, to the one place where I know I will be safe. Shortly after, a group of mercenaries, or thievesmen, or...
The decapitated skeletons?
No. The ones that the decapitated skeletons are the reason they exist.
No.
Individuals that call themselves the Black Beak. People that like to kill and hunt for sports. They're not exactly bounty hunters, they're just... You wish to see someone dead, you pay them a pretty penny and they'll see to it. But they also have at least the slightest bit of morals. They won't kill children, they won't kill females. Not without practical reason. But if you're a man and someone swore against you, count your blessings. They also use those cages as, well, storage crates. And they kept the skulls as trophies. After I took upon this mask that they seen as a religious figure, scared most of them away in fear for their own life. Luckily for them, that was the smart thing to do. But the dumb thing they did was leave behind a lot of their belongings and personal equipment, making it so that I can now use their very identity to my advantage. Those that know their name are easily frightened by them, thinking they are cursed, because they don't casually show themselves unless you're a target. So, anyone passing by who knows who they are, I take advantage of this and try to scare them away using this mask, as you clearly have seen multiple times, but were unaffected. I try to give multiple...
know of the group.
Well, that's given, being that you reacted so blankly.
I
And-
assumed it was supposed to be the face of some goddess.
To be fair, it's a rabbit trying to scare a lion. This is the kind of guy who cooks his food under a heated argument.
And yet you are so simple to squash like a bug. Need I demonstrate?
Nope. You can demonstrate on the one talking shit, but I never said any of that.
You called me stupid, mullet head.
I said that about you. I never said anything about this one, and my hair is not a mole. My mane is a mane.
Now,
So,
is there anything else you would like to ask or converse about before your departure?
I think we're fine.
Well, if that's the case, I'll stick back to my work and preserving my family's corpse. But yes, seal the door on your way out. He'll snap his fingers, and then you can hear in the distance what sounds like just rubble moving.
all right, let's get a move on before he changes his mind.
Yep.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No, no. Yep. So you all decide to leave.
I cast Decompose on the pool of blood when we get out just to get rid of it.
Understood.
Fucking just use a cantrip. Just quick clean up.
So, are we just beelining it back to the kingdom?
Well,
Resetting it, and then I assume yes.
so first, so how are we gonna seal in the entrance? I could
I imagine as I cast Decompose, the weight of the pedestal goes back up.
Yep.
We can simply just take apart that, put it back how it was when we found it, or maybe even put it in. No, flat on the ground would be best.
So you reset the mechanisms. You get to close as you can to when you had found it. Return back to the kingdom to the Great Library. We can stop the ambience now. So, returning back, you do see the prince conversing with several groups of people, give or take about 5 or 6 apiece. Judging by tone and mannerisms, you can easily infer that these are people being brought into the crypt. Does Tori become the note taker?
No.
Oh, I just hear lots of typing on your end every time I stop talking, so I just made an assumption.
I'm just texting with a friend in the background.
Ah. That's the code word for note taking, everyone.
No, it's not.
I'm gooning with Anakin in the background.
Jesus Christ, shut up, Sean.
Damn, look at this one.
Drowning with our eyes going to the red. You can't say that, Padman. Doesn't mean that anymore. This one. Goon card.
Him and his goons.
What's that? Goon juice.
So, I guess we just walk up to the prince.
Okay.
So, as you approach, very simply, he takes note of your group and just give a gentle nod. Ah, you're all back. Alive in one piece. That's so loud.
Surprisingly,
Well, to be fair, not much has really gone well from what we've heard. Not many have returned, at least unharmed.
you might be sending more people to cursed places than you think. The
To be fair, I was
what's this?
unintentionally expecting that. Being
What's the sun what king?
Sunbound King.
Yeah, the Sunbound King is like apparently two people, and the one in the story that's known is not the real deal. He also might be a bad guy, disturbing the actual tomb of the original Sunbound King and his family.
Interesting. I'll take note of this
Like,
and make a few notes for a few of my scholars to investigate this further.
no, they should not. We survived because I put the body of the Sunbound King's, I'm gonna assume, wife back together. Winter's actually taking this, hands him the gear, almost got us killed.
Looks over the
Until I
contents
put
in the
the
bag. This is what you were sent for.
yes. The Sunbound King was not happy with us when we took it. The real deal one. Who also might be a god.
Strange. Yet interesting at the same time.
Yeah, if you send scholars there, they are not coming back to life. And we are not telling you how to open the tomb.
Make me a persuasion check.
That is a 3 on the dice, plus let's find out. That is a 6 total.
Well, knowledge is key, and if we can understand these legends more and bring truth and light to the lies that were transcribed, I think that'd make us a better chance at, understanding history. And if this individual is still there, maybe we can learn a thing or two from him. If he's willing to cooperate with you, there must be a way we can find some sort of middle ground.
We lived because he found out I am a doctor slash or a mortician. A doctor slash mortician.
So he was only interested in the fact that you were a doctor.
Technically, this actually would have been more my mortician skills. Because it was a corpse.
So a mortician, you say? We can find more of these around. You think he'll be then willing? Because if that's the case, I'd love to review some of these texts and to get the wrongs corrected. If this hero we were chasing after doesn't exist after all and is just a copycat, well, we could correct history and make things well known. Call out the ones who tried to praise his wrongdoings if he's, as you say, a traitor, or not so much a hero.
Any thoughts on that predicament?
I don't think that would work.
Why do you
Only
believe so?
Okay. So, let me give you a quick recap of the entire event from our perspective. After the first time we opened the tomb, I realized I left my doctor's bag outside, so I went back up to go fetch it. By the time I came in, I could not find the rest. I only ended up finding this one. I only ended up finding Bob after wandering around for a few minutes. I even saw a statue of an illusion form of the true sun-touched king. We weren't able to encounter each other until after several minutes of fucking around in the main burial chamber and looking in the sarcophagi. After this, Bob mentioned he detected some kind of whatever form he said it was. Life forms or something.
Entity
We
detected.
headed. Yes. We headed to where the detection was. Seeing that the entrance was not open, seeing that I could not see anything, we didn't try physically interacting with anything. I simply used disruption magic to break the spell. After this, we heard a loud echoing voice. We then also heard, or we then saw appearing from a smoke-like form, the true sun-touched king, who was about to kill us till it was brought up that I was a doctor previously. Not even the fact that for the last 6 years I have been working as a mortician. Wait a
So
minute.
he didn't even know of your existence.
Last 8 years. He didn't even know. The mortician part didn't seem important because I don't think that existed to him culturally,
Possible.
given the fact that he said he was roughly over 3,000 years old.
And yet he's still alive.
That's the questionable part. He might be some form of undead. I don't think he's a lich. However, he might have implied he was a god of some form. He definitely stated it was a curse.
Mm.
Aneva,
Immortality is a form of curse to some people.
That's definitely part of it. He wants to be put to rest. However, after Winters, and I missed this part because in like the 5 minutes I took to go get my bag and then have a. Okay, so like in the 10 minutes I was gone from them, they did all kinds of stuff. Because I went to get my bag, probably took about 5 minutes to walk up the stairs with no proper light, and ended up having a conversation with a strange old man who might
Old
have been
man.
the Sun-Touched King. Now
Old
that I
man.
think about it, that was probably the Sun-Touched King. Yes, the old man. It definitely. Wait a minute, we're missing one. When Thelos is dead, forget about him.
From the stories I've told, that wouldn't be unlike him.
No. No, we sealed the tomb. I'm pretty sure he's in there.
He has a habit of disappearing for unreasonable amounts of time. Apparently he
Yeah,
knew me
no.
as a child, but my father certainly knew him and spoke good words. But, nonetheless, turns to Gulp and Aneva. What be your side of the story? Since there must be two different sides if you went in early before him.
Well, we went in there looking for exactly what we were told to look for, and we started getting all these kinds of spooky, plum goose pimply feelings down there, and there were voices everywhere, and all the statues started moving weird, and it turns out it was actually magic that was doing that. But the statues were moving every time we'd turn around. One would look right at us, and we wouldn't notice until we turned back. And there was this there was like a mask that kept popping up that was like a bunny mask, but they kept saying that when we talked to them, they said that was like warning scares or something, and it was and he ended up talking to him and had me like do repairs on like some skeleton or whatever. I don't know all the exact details and whatnot, but I just kind of did what I could do, and I guess like when we were down in the well, like we went down in this hole, we gathered a whole bunch of stuff up, which is the stuff that Winter had in the bag, and then the oxygen started running low, and we were like about to suffocate, and I managed to save everyone with some rope. So thankfully, everyone made it out of there unscathed.
Turns to Aneva.
Well, essentially the same thing. Um, in fact, I did not. I honestly did not notice anything wrong besides, well, we, uh, until we were transported from down below back up top with the doors and all the sarcophagus sealed. The being that we found, as far as I know, mm, had the ability to alter either our position or alter time within that area. As for what I can give you concretely, nothing. I really can't. Could be ghost. Could be.
Didn't you also say
Probably.
at one point that you felt like someone was watching you? Do you think it was him the whole time?
It's possible. Though he could have had any number of constructs or things watching us.
Well, as agreed, compensation is arranged, even though it is the voluntary service. Collectively, or to be divided as you choosing, sets down a very sizable leather purse that clinks together. Sizable, I mean the size of a very good-sized orange.
Alright. So,
When you're ready for your next task, come find me.
Gonzalez isn't here, so he doesn't get a cut, right? Gulp and Bob Biddledy share their cut because Bob Biddledy is a construct. So
That
that
I
leaves
am!
it split That leaves it split 4 ways.
So, in other words, no real profit is to be made as you started off as a 4 group and then you lost one. I rest my case.
No. I'm thinking of the way of dividing it. I don't know what profit would have to do with.
Well, if Ornthalis was here, you'd have a 5th person to divide it among.
That's fair.
Ritz Toasted is underrated. I will fight for this opinion.
Okay, let's fight.
1v1 me in Conclave.
No.
Nah, man. 1v1 him in Concord, the PlayStation game.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a game that went offline a few days after its release.
Oh, yes. Not gonna lie, I forgot it existed.
Don't worry, it's under a lot of people.
So, as you look inside the coin purse,
Yep.
it's full of jewels. A lot of jewels. Give or take several thousands of gold worth of raw, uncut gemstones.
Nice.
And that's where we'll cut it.
Alright.
I can't help but feel like I didn't do anything.
I mean, you listed a few things that you said you did yourself.
Well, I mean, there was no combat this one.
Well, the main part of it, which was what I had intended today to be, got completely dodged by one simple thing.
Dispel magic.
You spoke up you're a doctor.
We were supposed to fight him, weren't we?
It was a coin toss of whether or not you brought up that you're a doctor. I'm not even lying, that was scripted. If you did not bring up the fact that you are a doctor, because there are plenty of clerics, but there are not many doctors, which is what he's familiar with, being people of healing. He's from a time frame when clerics didn't exist.
He was like one of the first schools of magic that there would have been, but okay.
Correct. But he is from the time frame when there wasn't magic. There was doctors. But correct. And it was one of the... Not only is it one of the first magics to be studied, believe it or not, conjuration was actually the first spell to be cast.
Conjuration is.
Fireball.
Rewind, believe it or not.
Oh,
Huh?
Ripley rewinds, believe it or not.
Van Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Hey, wouldn't that be evocation?
Oh, yes, you're right. Not conjuration, evocation. You're correct. My bad.
Yeah, we're gonna conjure up my foot up your ass.
Although I am glad to know that the first spell cast was Fireball.
Fuck him, Manea.
It was absolutely
Manea
Manea
gets
using
sent back in time. Get sent back
to
in
be
time.
fair,
That's
the
Fireball.
first ever spell publicly cast and recorded was a fire-based spell that was essentially like the very classic I make a small flame in my hand, which people called it fireball at the time, and in overtime, the term fireball got repurposed for what it is now, a literal fireball that gets fucking yucked.
Be like, watch this, fucking wuss.
Excuse me, I'm about to thundercut this here flame ball, yay!
This bitch empty.
So,
That's what Manea says. No.
well, I mean, I didn't like. I honestly like. Did I help at all?
You tell us.
Very much and very importantly, the body would not have actually been repaired without Gulp having mending.
Plus, I did kind of pull everyone out of the hole.
Plus
I
that.
wasn't there for that.
Correct, you weren't there for that. So essentially, what I did, Tori, is I pretty much like did the classic cut pan to like what you are doing in the meantime of when they were investigating the tomb. So you were pretty much like 5-10 minutes behind them. You spent more time in the water as it took them to unseal all of the coffins. And as they were being let down, that's when you found Bob Biddledy.
Why did he wander off?
Were you not paying attention? He found Lancy.
Oh. I got confused.
No, you're fine.
But
also at the
yeah,
same time, both parties were kind of split so that you couldn't see each other. Like Bob Biddledy and Lancy could not see everyone else, and then vice versa. You were both in the same room at a certain point in time, aside from the main entrance.
But yeah, like I pulled everyone out of the hole and I guess cast mending.
There you go. So, will you be present next week, Tori?
Nope. I go from 9 till 10.
All right, and since Sean will be present, good chance that I'll just call a no session for next week.
Aww.
Kana, it'd be you and me.
Like, because River's like a 50-50 coin flip of whether he's here or not.
Not to mention, first Sunday of the month, it's open mic.
Oh yeah, so not even then, River's not there that night.
Right.
Open mic, I feel bad for it.
God damn. No, he's actually pretty fucking decent. So yeah, next week, because we're 3 out of 4 players down, no session. I'll figure something out for my own personal time frame. I'll probably just do more fucking farming.
You could help me out with a few things. I mean, I've still got a lot to work out with Black Sapphire.
She seems fine where she's at right now.
Her sheet's not complete.
Well,
I still haven't worked out the AL, the AL, the AR, the EL.
She's a blood mage, so with that, it's just okay. What kind of armor does she get? Okay, her armor that she gets will list what her armor level is. Okay,
Corundum. She had Corundum armor.
Right. And she would be proficient with that, and I would say that would be about moderate weight, because you're saying it would be a half plate, so which is moderate weight. So from there, it's then for your evasion level 10 plus your agility mod for a maximum of 2, so you could have as high as 12. And then your AR, your armor reduction, is whatever your AL is minus 10. So if you have a 20 armor level, your armor reduction is 10.
So right now I've got a 19 as her AL.
Okay, then her armor reduction is 9. And what's your agility level? What's your agility modifier?
I don't think I have her. Her agility modifier is +1.
Okay, so her evasion would be 11. So you
Well,
need
now-
you need an 11 or higher to hit her. You need a 19 or higher to do full damage.
So now like I imagine she's going to be at a level 1 when she gets played.
Currently, we're keeping the sheet as a level 1 because I don't know what level it will be when we hit that story.
But I mean, like, you already like what I've done with her.
It's another sill, yes.
What do you mean another sill?
Back with my first publicly streamed kind of when I first started streaming tabletop, one of the campaigns I did, which had JWise in it, who has returned to the crew, not the crew, but to the community. There was a player who had a character named Syl. Syl, over time, slowly began to see Valindra's philosophy, and her curiosity got the better of her, and she started dipping into the mindset of them. And after Valindra was defeated, Syl became Valindra. In not literal, like, oh, they went from Syl to Valindra, but they essentially, because they had Valindra's crown and was using it to empower herself, Valindra was the last owner, so her soul got sucked into the crown, and Syl got all the power that Valindra had on top of everything she previously already had, and then became the next Valindra, essentially. She was, okay, you beat the BBEG, but now it's time for the BBBEG.
And Pyro, do you have an eloquent way of putting Black Sapphire from what I told you and shown you?
What do you mean?
Because I feel like if I explain Black Sapphire, it'll take a while.
I mean, I'm probably gonna pop out a call here unless Pyro, do you have anything you need to talk to me further about?
We need to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Nah, I'm good, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna hop out and go take a shower.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the... I'm gonna kill the recording and try to splice this back together.
Alright, have a good night, Pyro.